this whole discourse of non-voters or people who are not vowing to vote for Biden are privileged. I see that going around a lot.
I think that's silly. I mean, I think if you look especially at the statistics on non-voters, like that's really kind of the opposite of the truth. But and I also just don't think it's that useful anyway to like try to like badger people into not thinking something by talking about how privileged they are. But I do think that it's worth I will, so I live in a state that could go either way, right? I will vote for Biden and go home and throw up, but I mean, I think that the best case for it is that it's a defensive thing, that like that if that even though they're obviously both representatives of the ruling class and they're both going to continue, capitalism, like Mike was talking about, I think they represent different ruling class strategies. And I think that Trump is going to do things like continue to appoint people to the National Labor Relations Board who want to wipe out what's left of organized labor in the United States. Whereas, Biden represents a ruling class strategy where, certainly try to weaken them, unions in different ways, but isn't going to just try to crush what's left of collective bargaining in quite the same way. So I wish she hadn't sat out the primary, but I guess I do agree with Angela Davis.
To me, it's a matter of getting shot in the head or getting a lethal or getting poisoned, daily. So yes, one is violent and dramatic. At the same time, we are dying slowly either way. And at least with one, you see a gun in somebody's hand and it's coming, know, we're not getting shot in the back of the head. Like we see it very clearly. And so maybe people will try and fight if they know it's coming. We hear all this stuff about holding these politicians accountable and making sure that we can push them left. Unfortunately, when we do have liberals in charge, there's always the concern about, the next election cycle, so midterms. And then it's going to be, they got to maintain power. So you can't go too far left and you can't do this and you can't do that. So, I really don't know if we necessarily have the answer. I'm not going to, I decided not to tell people how to vote. I'm not publicly endorsing anything or anybody. I think you can make a case either way. Yeah. But I also do want to caution people to just look at history and look at how we have actually behaved under liberal presidencies and Democratic control. And for the most part, we don't take it to the streets. We're not rallying. We're not pushing back. We're not fighting. And I don't think Donald Trump is doing anything that Republicans have not been trying to do for the last, 50, 60 years. He makes people uncomfortable because he's honest about it. And he's open
takes the mask off, yeah.
And so now people kind of have some ammunition to actually fight back. But when someone's poisoning your food, you can't taste it, you can't tell, and you're dying a slow death. Which one do we prefer?
Yeah. But it's interesting because with that metaphor, I actually feel like a lot of this explains, I think, why a lot of people are voting for Biden or will, because it's like, to use your metaphor, if they're not sure that they're dying, right? It's like, maybe something feels kind of weird. I have some indigestion, but it gives them like more time to live not very comfortably. They have some like antacid. I totally hear what you're saying, but I also think that in a way is kind of like how it works. That's why it works, because people would, for the most part, choose that over the shot in the head.
Yeah. And you could even really run with the metaphor, right? Like you could say, look, if I'm being slowly poisoned, then maybe, like I keep on being slowly poisoned. That's one of my options. Like maybe that'll give me time to get an antidote, right? So right. I can be safe. Whereas if I'm shot in the head, I'll just be dead.
Right.
And, I don't think we should I think that all the stuff, like all the people who think that who take the first part of what I said and said this, so we should not talk bad about Biden or whatever. Right. That's ridiculous. Like you can be honest about who and what Biden is, and just kind of take the approach that socialists and communists in France took when the runoff election was between Jacques Chirac, who's a conservative who everybody rightly hated, and Jean-Marie Le Pen, who was a neo-fascist, and like people were doing things like going to the polls with like clothespins on their noses, and like you can, like you don't have to pretend, like even if you do agree with what I'm saying, like you don't have to pretend that Biden isn't terrible.
Yeah, I think that's what bothers me with this moment is instead of people saying, yeah, I know I'm being slowly poisoned, but I'm going ahead with it anyway. People are like, they're the most progressive ticket ever. So that's my concern.
Yeah, right.
Yes. That's almost like, yes.
Like they don't know that they're being poisoned. They're saying, just the opposite. This is like, this is 3 square meals.
Yeah, I think that's true, right. Just what Kamala could have just said, problems exist. I'm not going to try and solve anything. I'm not that girl. Good night.
Right. Look, we're trying to get Trump out. Y'all know where we at. Let's go.
Right.
But this is, structural. Like, don't fool me. Don't waste our time when you could have just said what you said, Katie.
Yeah.
Trump, y'all already said that we could be a piece of shit. Y'all will vote for a piece of shit. You will walk barefoot in glass. You will vote for Hitler to get Trump out. So yeah,
right.
We might do that.
Right.
We did it. We know you just don't want Trump. So come with the blue team. Good night, y'all.
Not as bad as Trump.
Right.
Vote for the shit sandwich.
Yeah.
Vote for the ham sandwich.
Shit. Yeah. So
that was bad Trump when his job is Build Back Better.
You're right. Yeah. Get rid of Trump. Better than Build Back Better. I totally agree.